Well, the whole porn world's changing right now. So
I
I
know.
don't know. I don't know if you've been watching these Ncose lawsuits. Have you seen those?
No, I don't know anything about them.
Oh, okay. So there, did you ever hear of the group Morality in
Oh,
Media? Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So Morality in Media has been around for 60 years, and they've been fighting against porn that entire time. Except in about 2015, they went sneaky and they changed their names. And they changed it to the National Coalition of Sexual Exploitation or something like that.
Yeah.
Ncose, Ncose. So they used to try to do a lot of lobbying to get the federal government to pursue obscenity cases against porn companies. And so they've kind of dropped that idea. And now what they're doing is they've hired law firms from all over the country to bring lawsuits under the Sex Trafficking Acts against platforms as well as producers. So there was a case I was involved with out of San Diego. I can't really talk about it, but that case involves um, some better known old school studios: Third Degree, Black Ice, Zero Tolerance, Elegant Angel. And so they've also filed a lawsuit against Pornhub, I believe. And they've also filed a lawsuit now against X Videos and Flirt for Free, plus a lot of associated companies. It's not just those main ones, but there's a lot of other companies that they filed against. But they are going after, they're really going after the producers. They're going after the platforms. I would not be surprised if at some point OnlyFans is on their list to sue. Um, it only makes sense that they're trying to go after the big platforms. I don't know what they're trying to accomplish with the big platforms because I think they're underestimating how much money the big platforms make.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because the big platforms can handle these litigation costs. Okay, without even blinking an eye, they can handle these litigation costs.
Oh yeah.
Smaller, what?
Oh yeah, they can. I mean, hell, looking at OnlyFans alone, what Bella Thorne generated how much revenue for them in a day?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. In one day, a platform could pay for its attorney's fees for the year. Um, but some of the smaller studios, if they started going after them, then it would be very problematic, and it would literally wipe out a lot of the smaller studios if they went down a couple of notches from the big platforms. But I don't know how interested they are in that. They want headlines, they want to take out the big guys, but yeah, we're going to be stuck with that type of litigation in this industry for the next couple of years.
And they're just claiming that willing performers are being trafficked. Like, what's the nature
Yeah,
of
pretty
the?
much. Well, yeah, I mean they're trying to use every means available. Like um, one of the things that was brought up is like if the studio didn't pay the model directly, but instead paid the agent, that could be evidence of sex trafficking. Okay. So a lot of times there were cases or there were situations where agents said to producers, "Don't pay the model, pay me, and then I'll pay the model." Well, to them, that means the model never got paid, and therefore, if the model's not getting paid, that's sex trafficking. Okay. And so the other thing that they're doing is saying, well, if the company didn't give the model copies of the model release she signed in the 2257 documents that she signed, that's also evidence of sex trafficking. Why would they possibly hide that from her? Because there's obviously something in those documents that they don't want her to see, that even though it's not coercive physically, it's coercing her through her waiving certain rights that she may not be aware of when she's signing these. And I've always had a problem with that. I've always, as an attorney in this industry, have always told my clients, give the models or give whoever it is. I don't care if it's a model. I don't care if it's a content creator. I don't care if it's a co-producer. If you sign a contract with somebody, you both should receive a copy of it.
Yeah.
It's very basic legal shit. You sign it, you get a copy. They sign it, they get a copy. But for the most part, I mean, you've talked to how many porn stars and know how many porn stars? How often do they walk off set with a copy of a model release? Zero, exactly.
Yep. Oh hell, I mean,
Yeah.
hell, even his crew, signing 2257 paperwork sometimes is like, I've never gotten a copy of it.
Yeah.
I
It's
also,
not sex trafficking.
yeah,
It's not sex trafficking.
not at
They
all.
just think that they just take the position of why would you want a copy? And so and there's nobody really asking for copies of it. So it's just developed into a standard and practice where we just don't give copies to models.
Yeah, well, and since you have to publicly, stay where the records are stored, theoretically a model could request it, couldn't they?
Yeah, they could. Yeah, they could. Very much so.
So,
But that's the whole point, though, is that you know you have an outside group like Ncose who doesn't understand the customs and the practices of the industry, and they're grasping at straws, so to speak, to try to get towards a claim of sex trafficking.
don't you have better things to do with your time? Like,
No, that's all that they do. They want to do is get rid of porn. It is the big evil in the world. They want to get rid of it.